What's good, YouTube? It's your boy NYC Mike, man, and I'm back with another reaction video. You already know what it do. And today we got another banger, man. Today we're gonna be reacting to another Just Pearly clip. You feel me? This video is about Andrew Tate. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all know Andrew Tate. He's been going viral for a minute in the world. You get what I'm saying? You know, a lot of females not really messing with him. You get what I'm saying? Of course, those are like typical modern feminist type of women that are not really messing with him. And you know, we not gonna pay those type of women any mind. But we're gonna see what this woman right here has to say about Andrew Tate. But before we get straight into the video, I need y'all to do me a favor, man. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and most of all, turn on those post notifications so you get notified when I upload a new video. So without further ado, we gonna hop straight into it.
Covering like the age gap type of topic. I personally don't think that it comes to intentions. Now this is a big part of it. Like, some people come to talk to younger female because it's easier to kind of get something out of them, because there is that sense of them being naive because they're kind of new to the world. But I also don't think it's a bad thing, because I feel like a lot of, you know, girls want stability and like a serious relationship, and the likelihood of a guy around the same age as you wanting that is very unlikely realistically. And I feel like older men who have already experienced it and almost like kind of had their fun, who are actually looking to settle down, are more likely to give you what you want. So if it's coming from a perspective where it's not a form of just trying to like take an advantage of someone being young, then I don't see the problem with it.
Okay, so you don't have a problem with what he said, like he prefers younger girls because they've slept with less people, by and large.
You see, now, if you see how he's worded it out, I feel like everyone said, the delivery, I feel like it's a bit of clickbait and it's exaggerated.
Right.
It is a bit. I mean, there's nothing wrong to want to be with somebody who slept with less people. Like, I think that's a valid reason. So, you know, I can't really speak against on. I don't think he said anything wrong specifically here.
Okay, here we go.
This is like, Andrew, we want to love you so bad. The thing he does is like, he'll say everything for me was fine until he did said the imprint thing, and I think that's what a lot of people latched onto, where it's like, okay, the 18, 19-year-old, that's a whatever thing, but when you say imprint, it almost sounds very predatory. So like, I generally agree with what he's saying. Less people you've been with, the less complications. Like, everyone has baggage, but we're trying to eliminate that. I agree with it. But when he says the imprint thing, then I see the world go crazy, and I get it. So I want to be on his side on this one, but that one,
What's wrong with imprint?
I think it just has a negative connotation of like grooming and like, you know, how what's that?
I think of Twilight.
yes. That was kind of but.
And listen, I just want to say this. I don't mean to pause the video, but I just want to put this, you know, disclaimer out there. Like, look, I agree with most of what Andrew Tate says, right? I agree with most of what he says. But like I told y'all in my previous Andrew Tate video, I don't necessarily agree with everything he says. You get what I'm saying? There are certain things, every now and then he may say something where I'm like, okay, Andrew, you gotta chill. You gotta relax. You get what I'm saying? But most of the time I'm on his side. You feel me? Because most of the time he be speaking real facts. You know, even if he's not delivering it in a more, you know, professional way, he's still speaking facts at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I really think a lot of people just have a problem with just how he delivers his messages. You get what I'm saying? So that's really what it is. I don't think it's so much what exactly he's saying, it's how he's saying it. You feel me? At least that's how some people take it. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, you have some people who just don't agree with him at all. And there are always going to be those type of people. But most of what he's saying is true. Most of what he said in his videos are true. But, you know, every now and then I may disagree with him. You get what I'm saying? But that's just me. I just wanted to put that out there. That's all.
So, I mean, I think that's just like, if we have no issue with grooming, then that wouldn't be a problem. But people generally have an issue with grooming. So
I don't understand how imprint and grooming. Because when I think of, maybe I just think of the term different. I just think of imprint as like the guy that made the most of like an impact that you saw. Like, because I think of like when the term in the manosphere is alpha widow, and so like that's what I think of when I think of imprint.
and that's like that's the ambiguity of it. Like
Yeah.
you can think that way, and that's how I thought of it first. But then I've heard people speak about it, and like I can see where they're coming from.
Like what do they think it is?
They're seeing it as a grooming fashion. Like when you say imprint, it's like I want to like this is my girl. Like she likes this because I've told her to like this. Like it's like I'm imprinting what
Right.
like, and I can
Right,
see
but
where
couldn't
that,
you do that?
Yeah, but that's not really predatory though. Like, where are you getting this predatory idea about from the imprint? Like, where are you getting predatory? Like, if I say, okay, I want to imprint this onto my wife, right? That's not me being predatory. You get what I'm saying? That's really just me showing the world, okay, this is me right here. This is me. That's not being predatory. I don't know where he's getting the predatory idea from. That's not being predatory. Like me, me telling the world or me telling everybody, okay, this is my wife. This is me right here. You get what I'm saying? That's not being predatory. So I don't know where he's getting that from. He's probably getting it from delusional feminist females. That's probably where he's getting it from.
At like 22 too.
you could, but it just goes back to the predatory nature of like someone who's 18. Like if he said I want to date a 30-year-old because I can put my imprint, I don't think anyone would be crazy about it. But he says like 18, which is already young and it has all that connotation. So
that's why you're saying it's predatory, because he said he would do it to a 19 or 18-year-old girl. Now, I will say, right? If you want to be technical about it, when a girl turns 19, when a girl turns 18, she's legal. It's just facts. She's legal. You feel me? So, yeah, she may not be like a full-grown adult, but, when a girl turns 18, she is pretty much legal. You know what I'm saying? So, if a 30-year-old man wanted to have sex with an 18-year-old girl... Now, listen, I don't agree with that type of stuff. I'm not, agreeing with that. You feel me? And me personally, if I was 30 years old, I would not mess with an 18-year-old girl. But I'm just saying, like, an 18-year-old girl can give consent. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, but just because she can give consent, that doesn't mean it's right. But I will also say that even though I don't agree with it, there are men out there that don't think it's a problem with that, because at 18, you're legal. You're not like a little girl. Now, I would look at an 18-year-old girl as a little girl because, she's 18. She's young. You feel me? Even though she's legal, to me, she's still a kid. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you feel me? It's tricky. It's tricky. But, it is what it is.
I just think that's why people have an issue with it. But for me, everything he said up to that makes logical sense to me. But
Okay. Why don't you go next? Thank you.
I don't think he's obviously not actually saying, oh, I'm going to go out and date an 18 or 19-year-old. He has made a very good point that the majority of younger people haven't slept with as many people. But I know when you're that sort of age, or you're like school leaver age, all people talk about is how many people you've slept with, all of this, and it's the bigger the number is, the better. When you get older, you realise actually it's the opposite. The lower number of people is better. And I know that, for example, I'm an exception because I've been with 2 people and I'm 24, and I know that a lot of people my age would not be like that. And obviously that's fine and that's their choices, but I don't think he's saying anything negative. The age gap isn't necessarily and the word imprint, I would say my partner has had an imprint on me because he's impacted me as a person. I don't think that is a negative way. I think it's his persona and the way that he portrays himself, and because he is looking for that sort of entertainment factor and more views, he's going to try and come across as a bit more of an asshole because more people are going to talk about him.
Okay. And then you guys can go.
Again, yeah, although what he says comes across extreme, it's again generally what people think but behind closed doors, so it's taboo only on that basis. people don't speak their mind because they have to be politically correct. So I feel what he's stating here is that a man of his caliber wants to have an imprint, not owning or anything derogatory of that sense, but he wants to let a woman know what he's like. Like, for example, I was dating a woman who had, she made an order from Boohoo, sorry if I can say that, and this dress was tight.
Sorry, I don't know
tight.
what boohoo means.
It was tight. It was tight to the breast, tight to the
Clothing
booty, and we're going on holiday together. And I said straight away, look, I'm not trying to control what you do. You got a choice, but honestly, I wouldn't feel comfortable if you're wearing that because you're walking with me, and I respect you, and I feel that would be a little bit of a disrespect to me. So I was a bit marginal how I presented that. I wouldn't be like Andrew Tate stating things, but I do understand his concept that he's preaching on those kind of basis, but he's just being extreme about it.
But is there a difference between an impact and an imprint? I think words matter. Like if you're gonna say, I want someone that can make an impact on
She
me,
can imprint
Well,
on me.
I think there's a difference. Like one's sexual, one's not. Like my dad can have an impact on me, but I feel like if I said imprint, that'd be weird.
Right.
Imprint's making a stamp on something like a cow, so that is a bit.
It's like
that's a negative.
there's an ownership element.
So that's like you do as
Yeah.
I say, but an impact that can be positive, like on your mindset. I'd like to think of it as that.
If he said impact, I don't think that would have had an issue.
So, do you agree with the imprint part or not?
I'm honest. I still do because I like to think I'm a positive person. So if I imprint you for me being positive, there's nothing. It depends on your intention. If we want to go back to that again,
Even though you just compared it to branding a cow.
that's it. That's if it's negative. But if
Okay.
I brand you as a cow and it's positive, and from that moment onwards you're like, oh, I like that stamp I got from him.
I love
Because
being a branded
Then,
cow.
then so be it. I'll imprint as many people as I can. But I understand terminology is important. But I feel like we, as a society, we look at things so detailed, we lose the point of what we're actually trying to make. It's like, oh no, that's too negative to say that, and then we just focus on those things as opposed to the whole message.
I think with Andrew Tate as well, like he's everywhere in the media and everyone is trying to find more negative things about him at the moment. So they're picking out that one word just on that clip just because they want to try and make it more horrendous.
Well, and you
or
can
seem more.
The reason why people keep talking about Andrew Tate is because they know that it's going to bring them money. And I can't lie, from a financial perspective, that's smart. That's smart. You feel me? Cuz they're making money off of him. That's why they keep talking about him. That's why these people keep talking about him, because they're making money off of him. They're trying to make as much money as they can off of him. Do you get what I'm saying? So, from a financial perspective, it's really smart. You get what I'm saying? So, I can see why a lot of people keep talking about him. They're just trying to get that money. That's all. You feel me?
Horrendous.
And the thing is, as someone, like I talk on the internet, people can clip something and take you out of context.
And I will say this, right? These people don't know Andrew Tate. They don't really know him. They don't know him as a person. They don't know him outside of this social media stuff. They don't know him. All they know is what they see of him on the media. But they don't really know this man. You feel me? The only people that know Andrew Tate, like personally, are the people that are around him on a daily basis. Those are the only people who really know him and who he is as a person. But most of these people that watch Andrew Tate, they don't know this man. I don't know this man. You get what I'm saying? All I know is what I've seen from him. So it's like, I don't know, man. But like I said, they're just trying to make money off of him. That's really what it is.
Completely.
And you'll be in like a 2-hour interview and they take a 15-second clip. They don't watch the full interview, and then they make an assumption about what you said. But in the interview, you give a lot more context and clarification.
And where a majority of his clips came on TikTok,
Yeah,
they're clips. Like,
Yeah.
they're not the full interview.
right. And what do you guys think? Go ahead.
Me personally, when I watched that clip, it does sound manipulating. It really does. I don't know how old Andrew Tate is, but I'm guessing in his 30s. For me, 40s. For me personally, what would a man in his 40s want with a 19-year-old?
Everyone says he's like 40.
I'm just gonna go
30s or 40s. My personal opinion, what would a man in his 30s or 40s want with 35? What would a man who's 35 want with a 19-year-old?
Okay, well, I'm confused as to why they were wearing those masks. I don't understand the point of that. But back on the Andrew Tate thing, man. Yes, a lot of things that he says is very extreme, but it's true. You feel me? A lot of the things that he say are factual and true, even though sometimes they could come off as very extreme. But just because he's saying it in an extreme way, that doesn't mean it's not true and it's not valid. You feel me? See, we live in a very feminine and soft society where everybody's just so tapped into their emotions. You get what I'm saying? That they let their emotions, in a way, block them from being able to see the truth or hear the truth. You get what I'm saying? They don't want to hear the truth because they're afraid of getting their feelings hurt. You get what I'm saying? This is what I mean by we live in a feminine, soft society. You get what I'm saying? So, and basically what Andrew Tate was trying to do was he was basically trying to help men not be indoctrinated into this society that we live in. And he was just basically just trying to inspire men to embrace more of their masculinity. Because that's what we need. We need more masculine men. We do. You get what I'm saying? Do y'all know that testosterone is plummeting at a very high rate now? Right now, there are statistics that prove this. You get what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I don't have the exact statistics on me, but I do remember seeing a statistic that said that a lot of men of today, today's society, a lot of men's testosterone are plummeting at a very high rate. And that is very concerning, man. You feel me? That's not good, man. That's not good at all. And this is what I mean by society is really falling apart. I'm really afraid of what society is going to be like in the next 5-10 years, man. Like, I want to have hope that it gets better, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if things got way worse. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. But yeah, man, that's the end of the video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'm going to see y'all on the next reaction.